Welcome back to day 7 of Python Zero to Hero series. Today is a very important day because we are diving into one of the most powerful and commonly used data structures in Python, lists. By the end of the lesson, you'll know how to create lists, modify them, to use list methods, slice them, loop through them, and you will build a mini project, a simple Python to-do list app. So grab your notes, open your IDE, and let's begin. Think of a list as a container where you can store multiple values inside a single variable. A shopping list, a playlist, students in a class, lists are everywhere. Here's how to create one. Let's create a list of fruits. Fruits is equal to square brackets, and let's give an example: apple, comma banana, comma cherry, comma dates, comma guava, or anything else. And then after that, we put double quotes on each of the list items. Excellent. And then we print bracket the name of the list, which is fruits. And then we run the program. Save the file and run. Exactly. So you see apple, banana, cherry, and dates being printed. Okay, save it. Once again. List can store any data type, numbers, strings, booleans, even other lists. So we can maybe make a list mixed underscore mixed equal to square brackets. We can give the first value as 10 comma, we can give the second value as a string hello world, comma, next we can give as boolean also true, comma, next we can even give as a fractional decimal form, which is not an integer, 47, 48.56. Save the file, print bracket mix, save the file, and we can run it once again. 10 hello world to 48.56, all the stuff. You can create lists in several ways. First way is using the square package, which we have been currently using. Second way is using the list constructor. So, well, we can put up a my underscore list equal to, let's say, list bracket, then another bracket inside the bracket, and over there we can create 1 comma 2 comma 3. This is one way of creating the list, and then we can put print bracket my underscore list, should put print. Save the file. The third way is creating an empty list, which is empty equal to bracket. These are the three ways of creating lists. We can run it and we can even test it. Exactly. Easy, right? Now that you know how to create lists, let's learn how to access the items inside them. So there are now we move on to other part, which is indexing and slicing. Lists are ordered, which means each item has a position called an index value. I have talked about this in the previous videos, in day 1 and day 2, but right now I will talk about it in a detailed way. Python indexing starts at 0. For example, if I want to access, well, if I want to access just the apple, not the entire list, I can type print bracket of fruits. Then I can put the square brackets. Then I can put 0 here because Python indexing starts from 0. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3, and so on and so forth. So I can print like that. Then I can only print the second value over here of the first value, basically like the first indexing. So I can put print bracket mixed square brackets 1. So we can do that and we can save the file and done. See, apple and hello world can be is printed. This is how the indexing works. Now there is also something called as negative indexing. So well, in negative indexing, it's the exact opposite. So we can print bracket fruits this, let's say, -2. We save the file and we can run it once again. Exactly. So it'll print cherry. So in negative indexing, this is -1. The last character or the last word is -1. Then it's a -2, -3, -4, and so on and so forth. We can do the exact same thing with mixed list as well. Print bracket mixed bracket -1. And save the file and we can run it. Exactly. So it printed 48.56, which is the first one, -1. Slicing. Now let's move on to the topic slicing. Slicing allows you to get a portion of the list. Right now, we were just asking for like one part of the list, like only one item in the list. But what if we want to access one entire section of the list, not only one part? So negative indexing, excellent. Then we can use slicing. So slicing is similar except that it's slightly different. Let's say numbers is equal to bracket 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6, and then we print over here print bracket numbers, uh, then the square brackets again. Over here we can put the range from which index number do we want the list to print the numbers to the last index number we want to print the numbers to. So let's say I wanted to print from 3, so I'll put 3, then I'll put a colon, and then I can put maybe 5. So it'll only print from third index to the fifth index. Exactly. So it only printed 4 and 5 because, yeah, it printed only 4 and 5 because first index is 0 1, so 0 is equal to 1, or here 1 is equal to 2, 2 is equal to 3, 3 is equal to 4, so it printed 4, and 4 is equal to 5 and 5 is equal to 6. But in Python, the last index, like the range, so if I put 5 over here, it will actually only go till 5, like till over here, that's it. It won't go before that. So you get the point, right? Now we can also do open-ended slicing. It's very similar to what we just did. We can use the same example, print bracket numbers in the square brackets, and over here we can just put the last or the first index number we want the list to, we want the list to print till, or we want the list to start from. So let's say 4 over here, and let's say another one, print bracket numbers, the square brackets, and over here maybe we can put 2. So we wanted it to print till the index number 4, so it printed till like index number 4. Then we wanted the next part to be printed from index number 2, so it printed from 2. Now that's how it works. Slicing is incredibly powerful. You'll see everything. You'll see it everywhere in real projects, which is super fun to work on with this. But at the same time, it's really important not to goof up because this is a place where you can make some errors. So just be mindful about that. Next is list methods. Lists come with built-in functions called methods that make them extremely flexible. Let's go through the most important one. First one is append. Second one is insert. Third one is remove. Fourth one is pop. Fifth one is sort. Sixth one is reverse, and seventh one is extend. There are a few more, but we'll be learning about these only in this video. So first, let's start with append. Appending, append items. So over here, let's use another list example over here, fruits. Let's put blueberry. So fruits one dot append bracket. Let's say fruits dot append. Let's keep it as banana. Oh wait, sorry, I forgot to print the list. Print fruits one. Exactly. So it printed the entire list, but it added one extra value to it, which was banana. So we had put apple, banana, cherry, and blueberry. And over here it printed apple, banana, cherry, and blueberry, but it also printed one more banana because we appended it. Basically, without deleting the rest of the list, we added one more um, item to the list. Next, let's move to inserting. Insert item. Oh, sorry. Let's say fruits one dot insert bracket one comma, let's say raspberry, like that. Save the file, print bracket fruits one. So it printed apple, raspberry, banana, cherry, blueberry, and again banana. So there are two things which you have to observe carefully in this. First thing which you carefully have to observe is that raspberry is printed at the first index instead of banana being printed at the first index because we have instructed it to be printed at the first index over here using this. This is the index number where you want the new item to be printed, and this is the item which you want to be printed over there. So raspberry is the item, so raspberry is printed over here, and then a second thing which you have to clearly observe is that the list has been forever like added with banana at the end of it. Even if it's not being seen over here, it's still added. So the computer will always print banana at the end of the list. Same thing with raspberry. Now let's say if we want to remove apple from the list, and we just want something. We don't want anything like the apple. In it. We can just put remove item. Then we can just put fruits dot remove, let's say apple. Fruits one dot remove apple, print bracket fruits one. We run the file. So as you can see, raspberry is now printed as it should have been, and it's also over here, but apple is not printed because we removed apple, and now banana is again printed like I had explained in the previous part. So now apple has been removed from the list forever. Banana has been added, and so has raspberry been added. So although we can't see it over here, it's still like in the list. You just have to remember that and not mess up this part. Next is the pop function. Pop items. So let's say we want to fruits dot fruits one dot pop. So fruits one dot pop parentheses. Next, let's say fruits. Okay, two. Let's put two over here. Save the file, and we again print fruits one. Save it and run it. Right. Yeah. So exactly. So now, as you can see, the cherry, basically this, has been removed from the list forever now, because pop basically removes the items from the list using the index number. So cherry was on second index, because raspberry 0, banana 1, cherry 2. So this exact same list has been printed, except that cherry has been removed from it. So this is what the pop function does. It removes items using their index number. Very similar to the remove function, except that you don't really have to put the word name. Very useful when you don't know the word name, just an index number, or the word name is big and you don't want to make any errors in such cases. Next one is the sort function. Sort function is also very good. Sort items bracket. Okay. So now let's just create a new list, new set of list numbers. One equal to bracket one comma two comma three comma four comma five. Excellent. Now we can put numbers dot sort bracket print bracket numbers one. Oh wait, yeah, sorry. We have to print. We have to keep this in a different order so that let's keep 2 comma 1 comma 6 comma 4 comma 10 comma 9. Save it and now we run it. Exactly. So now we have stored the list over here as 2, 1, 6, 4, 10, 9. But over here it's being printed as 1, 2, 4, 6, 9, 10. So the sort function basically just sorts the list into the correct order. Now we can use the reverse function. It's pretty simple. Numbers one dot reverse bracket print bracket numbers one. So now the items will be printed in reverse. So 10, 9, 6, 4, 2, 1. Still in a sorted format, but just printed reverse. Next is the extend one. Through extend items. Let's use the same fruits. Fruits one dot extend bracket. We'll use the sorry parentheses. Then after that, inside the square brackets, and then we will use the double quotes. Let's say grapes. Oh, sorry, grapes, comma. Let's keep this key. Okay, fine. Extend. Now over here we print bracket fruits one. We will also print fruits one over here, just so that you get the difference. Print bracket fruits one. Save it, and we run. Exactly. So now the fruits one list has been extended. The grapes and kiwi has been added to the list. This is the use of the extend function. Now, part 5 is looping through the lists. So, well, this is pretty simple and pretty fun related to what we have learned in the previous class. For fruits 1 in, sorry, in fruits 1 colon print fruits 1. Saves the file, we run. Oh, wait, just 1 second. Yeah. So now raspberry, banana, blueberry, banana, grapes, and kiwi has been printed, but in a vertical format and without the list quotes being goes there. So this is the benefit of loops in lists. Second one is we can do the same thing with using range and len, something which we have already done in the previous part of the Python masterclass. Now we move to the final part, which is to make a mini to-do list app. So goal is to allow the users to add tasks, view tasks, and delete tasks. So this is what you have to do at your as a practice for today's video. And again, the answers of this will be on GitHub. So please don't forget to check that out. Thank you for viewing my channel. Hope you're enjoying it. Bye bye. And that's a wrap up for day 7. You have learned how to create lists, use methods, slice them, loop through them, and you will build a working to do list app. Of course, the answers will be on GitHub, so don't forget about to watch that. Tomorrow, we move into date, dictionaries mastery. We will unlock another superpower in Python. If you found this helpful, drop a like, share it with your developer friends, and don't forget to subscribe for the next episode. Please also write a comment that I have successfully completed day 7. Thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying this channel. Bye bye.